Professional streamer, by the way. In fairness, you can see here, I forgot to reopen this guy. I technically wasn't muted. I forgot to reopen this, and if Wavelink isn't open, nobody can hear me. Awesome. Technically not muted, but muted in principle. Thank you for saying that, because I went on a whole yeah, I know, right? I just went on a whole spiel about Cyberpunk. That's what you missed. I'm glad you said something. I can't wait to not put either of these VODs out on my VOD channel. I can't fucking wait. Anyway, let me see if I can TLDR everything I just fucking said. I kind of want to play Cyberpunk tonight, so I'll only be working on this for like a hour and change, I think. I mean, I don't think it'd take me more than an hour to make something very simple for a fucking CS thing that's yet to happen. We'll make it retro, we'll make it noisy. That's pretty good. That's what I do best. I need to turn my night light off of my computer so I can get a slightly more accurate color assessment, even though I trust my phone anyway. So let me get some kind of gold. I could color pick the CS gold, which I'm just gonna Google that. CS gold skin case thing. CS gold. Let me just search that. I just need a thing of it. That's all I really need, I'll be honest. I could recreate some like gambling UI, maybe. CS case opening. Yeah, I'm just gonna start pulling shit from Google as a reference. I could recreate a decent chunk of this. Maybe put a Steam Happy in the center instead of a question mark. Actually, there you go. I just fucking spoke it into existence. That's what we're gonna do. All right. Let's see. Nightbot's not a sub anymore, so it can't. God damn it, dude. There's so much shit I gotta fix. I'm not logged into Nightbot on the because I switched browsers, so I'm not logged into it. God damn, I'm washed. Fuck. Let me just delete all of these. Hold on. Anyone with my channel emotes need to go, which would be the... Well, it's not a follower of my channel either, so I don't know if it can do that. Send the yes one real quick. Send the yes one and see if it'll do it. Okay, so it can do follower ones. Good to know. In that case, I need to set back up the because I just fucking deleted it. I'm so good at my job, can't you tell? Job. Jesus. 67 the. All right, now try the again. I added it back, I think. Okay, cool, fixed. Awesome. Okay. So we'll get cracking on this. I don't know if there's a good high quality image of it I can find that's isolated, so I might just like loosely recreate it and not to full detail because I can always come back to this. I'm just working on it tonight. Oh, I don't have my PNG thing open. Again, so good at my job. There I am. Will it pop up? There it is. Cool. Now we're back like we never left. Okay. And the music thing is blocking that. What's the better spot to move it to? Move Twitch chat up one and then get the bottom right music overlay. Wherever the fuck that is. Not there. There we go. Well, then that blocks the preview. Well, you can fucking see it in large anyway, so it doesn't matter. I love when things work out. Cool. Now we're good. So we can probably settle on typography first. I just don't know what would be let's just get that out. Let's get the color right. Because we can do like case colored like that as a basis, and then we can do like some kind of gradient thing. We can go to that lighter one too. Okay. We can start with that, maybe. We can do... Maybe make this a little more flattering. Like, marginally. And we can start from this center, going out. So you can do radial. And pull the color from the center of this. Which gets us to a decent start. It's like a 55% midpoint can do. Some kind of crest, or we just need cases. I don't know if isolated cases exist. And I can't like open CS to take a screenshot and just crop it myself. So we can do... What would be like a good like heading thing? What would this even say? Like CS... Actually, I've got it. We'll get it in smaller text above and in my oh. Although for hierarchy reasons, probably be regular. Get extra space there. And then we can bring this down, make it bold. Then it should say something along the lines of a counter strike or yeah, counter strike, but I open a case after every death. That fits out almost perfectly too. We can increase the line height a little bit. Let's also get some margins in here. We can start with ones at 100. We can probably do... Yeah, we can come in a little bit more than that. We can do like to here, which is 150. I like that. That's better. So that would be to 2000. Here's 1850. It doesn't snap to it because I gotta zoom in more. There we go. Where is it at here? 150 again. There we go. It's here at 2500 to 2350 is what I'm looking for right there. Cool. So now we've got margins to work with easily. This isn't as eye-catching as I would want, so I need to increase. We could do the CS. Does CS have a full like wide logo, or is it just like simplified to CS2? I actually don't know the answer to that. Counter-Strike logo. Nah, I mean people would recognize Counter-Strike. Sorry, Counter-Strike 2 logo. There we go. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Give me a transparent one to make my life much, much easier. Holy shit, this is huge. Why is this gigantic? I mean, I'm not complaining, but holy shit. There we go. Hold on. I'm having a ship. All right. Yeah, this helps. I can fill this in later. By later, I mean like right now. So it can probably let me remove Counter-Strike from this, but I open a case. Okay, yeah, it still fills out pretty well. So we'll come back to that in a second. So this can start at the top here, and then after that, we can take a little bit of margin on this. This is admittedly a little, what's it called? We've got contrast issues here. So background, maybe not this. But I just don't know what would be a good... CS evoking thing. Doing this blindly with no inspiration and just out of my head is pretty bold, I must say. Unlike me, but I have a vision with this at least. We'll make this smaller for class sake. It's also not really kerned, but it doesn't really matter that much right now. It's a very like ragey song for what I'm. This is so much better. The title of this song is what I'll be doing to the game after this stream. How about that? I think it's pretty good. Whatever, I'll come back to that later. Oh, jump scare of all the other posters I've been working on. CS case opening stream poster. Okay. Shout out to the one Frank Ocean one. That was the most recent one I was working on. That's what I was gonna do with this originally, and then it's like, oh, you should make one for this. And it's like, you're so right. You're spot on. Thank you for snoozing it. It's crazy it's even trying to run them when I haven't even been live for 30 minutes. Which, again, is what I set it to. God damn, Twitch. No, literally, like, what the fuck? God, I gotta really mess with that shit after this. I thought I had it at a good rate, and somehow, like, I didn't touch anything, and now it's worse. Incredible shit. Maybe I can simplify this so it's every death is a every death equals, maybe? Every death equals one case opened. Okay, that simplifies it. That's good. For them, fuck. The CS logo is throwing me off of how to work with it. And there's not really any other. Yeah, they don't really have any other versions of it unless just like the modern thing they use. What color? I mean, I could pull this color from it and make it all flat. You know what I mean? So we can do like, we make it this color and we keep the center. Ooh, actually that's better contrast. And then I just not desaturate. I just like exposure. And there we go. And I would probably still want to fill in the two. That helps a lot. This is some nice contrast. And the center color is still the gold from Gold's on that case. So I don't have actually, the more I think about it, I like this, but I gotta think of contrast of other shit I'd be throwing on. I like the idea of having an element of like the case is scrolling like this and being willing to recreate that or just take a screenshot that exists already. That is on the table. I just don't know. I mean, I could crop. This is a thumbnail. This isn't even an in-game thing. I don't know if I have I mean, I know I have this, but this doesn't. That's just straight up somebody else's YouTube thumbnail. I would like to not do that personally. But I mean, I could take damn. Maybe there's a PNG of this out there, actually. What the fuck? The fuck is this? This is like exactly what I need, but minus all this weird lightning bolt shit going on. At least all the guns are here. That may help. Marginally. There's some cases. There are some cases here. Hold on. Okay, so there is stuff for me to work with, kind of. It's not high quality, but I don't know. You're gonna have to put this shit in a language I can understand. The screenshot has a zoomed circle in the middle for some reason. Let's say I noticed this. I think this is how it is in the game. Like I could recreate that. That's not a problem. It's just again finding the assets. And like I could recreate this pretty close. Like even like this effect. But it would be a matter of getting this is what I need an isolated thing of. Maybe it is out there. I just don't know how to like search for it. That's kind of the only question mark. Everything else I could probably recreate. Like, what do I type? Like a CS, like gold icon? Like what do I search? Because people just call it a gold. Oh, okay. Well, I found one. It's not very high quality. I mean, it is probably barely workable. That's gonna look so ass. But I found it. Sweet. Sweet. Okay. Well, I guess I'll make a duplicate. It needs to be large-ish. I can recreate like these things coming off the side. I need to make like almost like a box for it. Hold on. So this can go. Oh, jeez, I forgot it's gonna keep the fill on it. Jesus. Okay. We can make it like 5, 6 tall, 7, 8. 8 tall feels nice. Maybe center it too. This is 10 now. I like that. I mean, how much do I need a large Counter-Strike logo? People can probably pick up on this pretty quickly. So I could probably just do something like this, realistically, and just create nice hierarchy with that. Actually, that is like 100% the move. That's like 1000% the move that I should do. Okay, cool. I found this stacked case render from Valve without lighting, but it has guns behind it. Send it to me and I'll see what I can do. I could just mask it out and just erase it. But I would have to see it first. Ugh. There it is. Oh wow. A style guide? Did I see that? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Oh, this is fucking. Yeah, I can work with that. Wow, I did not know they had this. I'm probably just gonna. I'm just gonna yoink shit from this. Are you kidding? I can just copy a PNG of a fucking AK and has like the drop shadow and everything. Are you shitting me? This is perfect. All right. Thank you kindly. Color, saturation, contrast. Okay, okay. Wow, okay.
Hi, guy.
What the fuck? I just heard a man in my ear. What was that? Oh, Jesus. Why was there no sound? It was just the text to speech. Dude, Twitch is fucking tweaking. God damn. Hello, Lee. That's the second, maybe third time tonight that's happened. It just doesn't play the alert that I oh so carefully crafted and uploaded. We've had a lot of issues tonight with Twitch, personally, but hello. Especially because that's all you said in the text to speech. But thank you for the 2 months with the Prime. Appreciate it kindly. Wow. Did you go through a crisis with this? Flack to wave. ROIM, which I believe is write your music. Am I going to die for going to bed? Would they kill me? Who's they? Who's they? Who? Can I put this on screen? Can I put this on screen? Can I put this on screen? Oh, leaked my design ideas folder with almost 900 things in it. That's awesome. You always find a way to send shit to me that I just can't resist putting on fucking screen. This is what was beamed into me through DMs. Would they kill me? Who is they? Who is they? It really does feel like you went down a pipeline. Like, it feels like if you did rate your music first and then flack to wave, you have a cohesive story, a pipeline, if you will. I think that's hilarious. Never change, man. Anyway, we were you read the thing here earlier before my internet started corrupting while I was playing Power Wash Simulator. I've been peer pressured in late September to do what you're reading on this poster. It's happening. I can't believe it either. Can't you tell how excited I am? Really awesome. But I mean, hey, this music's low-key a little too loud for me. That's better. Did you finish cleaning the backyard? No. No, I did not. I got 3/4 of the way there, and then I crashed out. And then I got in Arizona and made food and talked to my sister, and then I came back. That's what I did in the 30 minutes I was away. Not only will the participant waste their time, but their money. Yeah, I had the same thought. Really pitying the person who has to go through this. You know, I did agree to it, and this will probably be the only time I do it. Even if I hit big or something. The people wanted it so fucking bad. I've set out a time and a date, and it's gonna happen. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. I feel like I should put an asterisk here, but I don't know what it would be like alluding to. Wait, actually? Wait. Well, first off, let me scale this up. Let me kern it, and then we gotta stay on brand, but make it breathe a little better. The asterisk is gonna be really fine print down here. It's gonna be like, or until I run out of cases. I had a friend, a CS head friend, crunch the numbers. We have a budget in place. We're gonna hit this shit. The Twitch payout hit. So this is what a lot of it's gonna go towards. This better be like my most viewed stream, I swear to Christ. I can't fucking believe it. That's looking decent. Line height's pretty good too. Maybe knock it up one more. Okay. No, this guy is out of whack a little bit. So that's 51.6. A nice rule of thumb is to go by the golden ratio, which is rounded to 1.61.8. So you can do math in a lot of programs, like sizing stuff. So you can do slash 1.61.8 618. And I want it to be smaller for hierarchy, so I'm going to probably do it one more time, and then we get back to a nice scalable height. It's a nice trick for getting different heading sizes. Like you take your largest one, which is your heading 1, and you just keep doing that, and that's you get heading 2, heading 3, and stuff like that. Good for web design and really anything that needs headings like that. So that's looking pretty good. We'll line this up to here, and we'll do maybe 5 drops down. That's looking pretty nice up top. We'll get another fine print thing even smaller than the presents, I'd say. So we'll knock it down one more time. And we'll make it say, or until I run out of keys. Or cases. Alphabetical order cases should be first. We'll curl that a tiny bit too, because it is smaller in information, so it needs a little bit of space. That guy can afford to come in a little bit more. Give me a different song. If only he was here to hear this one. I keep fucking up holding Alt. That's good. That can go out 1. That can maybe come in 1. Or until I run out of cases or keys. I'll probably do an extra space between these, so it's like this. For my own sake. It's like 2 games. Yeah, probably. Listen. I don't know if I'll literally be doing them after every... I'll need to add a counter. I can set that up through my Stream Deck, or should I say my Stream Deck mobile. I can just swap one of the things, so when I press it, it adds to a counter. And then we can either like wait until the end of the games to open everything, or wait in between matches. I really don't want to do the mid-match. I know how that would be hilarious to see like the dude that's like by far bottom fragging after every death is opening a case. I think that'd be so fucking funny. But I really don't. I feel like that would kind of ruin the fun in the moment. I think at least between matches or at the end of them all would be best. But hey, you know, I guess we'll figure that out when the day comes. So that's pretty good. That top part's looking pretty nice, honestly. So we've got these guys, which solid enough quality for this. I'll just mask it out. That can probably go. I like the idea of maybe it's in the middle and the gold is like lingering over top like this with a Steam Happy, and I can kind of make it shine a little bit. I can probably, what I'm thinking is I can blur this. I can clean out this thing in the middle and I can blur it so it makes the quality dip less obvious. And then just put the Steam Happy face in here, which is I do have him on standby. In fact, he's right here. So that could be a pretty Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I have the vision now. You can go down here until then, little guy. I kind of want to pull out this like purple shine. I don't know where it's even coming from in the original thing. I guess maybe from a reflection of a case. Yeah, but I think stacking it like that would be pretty nice. I don't like the way that looks. This can come in one more maybe. Yeah, okay. Very nice, very nice. Okay. So, I mean, I might not need this anymore. I can just afford to bring it down because then that would help with the gradient. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. 50 would put more emphasis on this. I could stretch it. That would be a little funky, but just to put more emphasis on like kind of this vignette feel. To make it noisy too with texturing when we're done. I like the colors. I dig the colors. I don't know, maybe a drop on that. Actually, a drop would be interesting. Drop isn't like drop shadow, isn't like not like a literal drop shadow, but like a 3D one. Hear me out here. I don't know what color instead, but I kind of like this color palette we have going on. We can maybe pull from that. Get a very thin outline on it, and this will look nicer because it's rounded corners. Like maybe like 5, 6, 8, 7. We'll do 8. We'll do 8. Then we'll bring it back down to the black. And we just do this. We'll knock this over like 5 times? Question mark? I like it, but then some of the serifs and the gaps in between become distracting. I do like it though. It's just like the space between them. Damn. Maybe there's another way I can do that. I just don't like the idea of all of the text at the top being black. Like the hierarchy is good, especially with the background, you know? I'm trying to think. Damn, okay. This can come in a little more, maybe. Nah, meet me in the middle, 135. Fuck, I knew that would do that. I hate when that does that. I'm just trying to press the button to zoom back out and it fucking... it thinks it's trying to reset the kerning. Kind of annoying. Kind of. We can focus back up on this guy. Assuming I can scale it up to there. I do have a backup. I guess we just take this sucker into photo, get rid of the middle. We'll erase the guns from the cases as well. If it would load. I forget I do have a lot of fonts, so it would take a while. Okay, so we can start by... We could probably just use this tool and get rid of all of the question mark in one swoop and it would still look decent. I'm going to make the brush larger. I don't feel like being that tedious. We can start here. Gets rid of that pretty cleanly. There is a drop shadow on the question mark, which is probably going to make this a little closer than I would like to up top. But we can try. So... I was ready for that to be in sync with the drop of this song. So we can clean this up a little bit. I can probably use a painting tool. This looks... That looks good enough to me, honestly. I don't really give a fish. It's a fucking CS poster. There's a little like blip here I can see. That's the best I'm gonna get without nitpicking. I don't like the harshness along there. But again, counterpoint, just blur it. I can make it look shinier and like glowing and shit to kind of hide that. So we can... Oh, we could do like fucking like a focal blur. So it really gets these, because these look rough. I feel like when I make a lot of this kind of shine and shimmer a little bit, like this won't look as bad, but these edges, these crests are gonna look rough. I can just see it already. But you can see the vision. I think people are gonna love that. So, font nerd. Fuck. Yeah. I'll be honest, I read that as just font and then nerd emoji. I didn't put the connection that that's the name of the thing, and so Better TTV probably automatically got you, which is really funny. So, let's see. So I would want, what's the name of that blur exactly? Lens blur, I think? No, it's depth of field, I remember. Yeah, because you do this, you position it, and then you crank it. Ooh, that gets like a cool, like, okay. Oh, get some vibrance on it too. Do that for me already. Cranking the clarity adds way too much sharpness. I don't need it to be elliptical, admittedly. It is a circular thing. So, I mean, this can maybe come in to here since the focal would be on the Steam Happy. So, see what I mean? Like that brings more attention to it anyway because of the blur. So, and it even starts to get some edges on this, which is quite nice. I think like 30 could be good. Like 33. I do like that. I do like that quite a bit. And then we can assemble this guy. Kind of center him more in the frame. I like that. I think that's cute. And maybe I could get the slight drop shadow that this this had on here too. People would love this if he was here. So let's get the radius cranked back up on this. Bring up the opacity as well, but then we need to offset it. I believe it was it offset before? I say that like I can't just check a reference. It also wasn't black. It was kind of more like an in-between. Okay. So I mean, the original Steam Happy is just, I guess we could just recreate that like tannish brown. That's the wrong one. Shit. That would probably be more of a glow, honestly, which would work out anyway. I mean, we could do slight drop shadow just for the sake of having one, but have like the glow do a little more of the work. I just don't know how it was. Oh, that's beautiful. Question is what color? I mean, I could just pull from this. I don't know why I'm. We could just do that and change the blend mode. I believe multiply would let it come back in more obviously if I could fucking find it. Yeah, but less saturated. Yeah, that's kind of what it had going on. And maybe a little larger or less intense. Yeah, that's kind of what it had going on. Like smaller radius, like a little darker. Kind of. I can nitpick that later. But, well, if you, I mean, that helps. That helps quite a bit. Such a jolly fellow. Oh, this is awesome. Okay. Let's group these guys together, get them scaled back up so they take up the same amount of space as that. Hell yeah. Okay. Cool. Then to do the idea I had, easiest trick is to screen blend mode and then blur it. There's a couple different ways to do it, but this is just a quick, fast way of getting a nice, like angelic shine. Is like to do something like this, and then you can slap a levels on the top one to kind of fine tune the how much you want let in. So when I tune this, that'll let. So this is preventing less. How do I describe it in the best way? So it's like when you turn this off, you can see what's let in and what's not, but you see a lot of like overexposure and shine on the highlights. This can probably come down even more and still get the same effect I want. And we can always bring it back down to like a normal level by just raising the blacks to compensate. So we can kind of boost some areas while maintaining others. I mean, that's got a nice shine to it without being overbearing. And that'll look good with more going on. Especially in the background. I just don't know what to put. Do I find like just like a CS screenshot? You know, like the main menus? Like the backdrop, the backdrops that you can set for different maps in the main menus. I almost need a shot like that. That's kind of what I need to sit behind this. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I do that in Blender Compositor for all my renders. Hell yeah. Little halation never hurt anybody. Or some people, most things also refer to it as just bloom. I just use the more like technical film term for it, even though I don't know what it's actually called when you do it in design. It doesn't really matter. But the fact that I had to explain that that's pretty much the same thing as bloom to another design friend of mine tells me that it's people just call it bloom. I found that out very quickly. When you tune it, I mean, this is about the best I can get with so low quality. Like, it's still gonna get in here, but it's less distracting and less like, wow, that's low quality, and more, oh wow, look, there's a Steam Happy. I need a 5-letter word that has 2 E's. I assume for Wordle. 5-letter word with 2 E's. Well, you've got one on screen right now in the poster. Every. I don't think that'd be a bad one. You could also do Freed, Freed. You could also do, I don't know, is Preem, Preem, a real word, or is that just cyberpunk slang? I say it now. Does that count? Preem shit, choom. So let's think here. We can, yeah, have him be a little larger than that. Oh, yeah. Did I group the... Oh, okay, I just did the top one. Let me group both of these together then. And then we can take it up. There we go. No R. Shit. Damn, what is Damn, what is... I can't think of one without an R. Damn. Damn. How about sleep? How about sleep? That's my suggestion. Yeah, I feel like I need to do some digging for a CS. Is there like a... Like, I know you sent me like a workshop style guide. Does CS have like a screenshot gallery, like from Counter-Strike website? PlayCS.com. Counterstrike.net/home. 28 million active. God damn. God damn. Take a look at the maps. I would love to. Okay, there's not gonna be like a screenshot gallery here, huh? This is just not what it's gonna. Pretty sure it's just from Cyberpunk. I like when future media makes new slang. Such a good fucking game, man. Seriously. While I'm in photo, I guess I can also yeah, I wanted this guy. So these can be scaled up. I'll just erase what I don't need. Which when I do this, it's gonna rasterize it to oh, it's like a drop. Shit, there's a drop shed on these too, so I actually gotta get like close. Alright, that's fine, I guess. That's not that big of a deal. I'll figure it out. I'll probably just blur the edges the same way. Oh, this is such a good song. Holy shit. Jarvis, turn it up. God damn. Oh, I caught too much of the corner. This is actually going to be more annoying than I thought it would be, but whatever. Let me remove the background so I can see what the fuck I'm doing. That would help. I've had some people tell me, it's like, why don't you just do like the auto select tool? What if I want to take the slow route? In this case, I would need to come back in with the eraser anyway. Why not? You know? I don't get it. I don't know if an ad break just started or ended. I have no idea. Can't wait to have not one but two VODs uploaded to the VOD channel before I crash. I mean, why would CS have official fucking CS? What? Why would CS have official crate things cut out when that's like not the shadiest part of their game, but it's the part that probably doesn't give them the best rep to non-gamers. So of course, like you gotta mash shit out like this, which I don't fucking care. I'll do a similar effect to this as you saw me with the Mr. Happy. So everything's got a cool like glow to it, and then I'll add some noise, like a noise texture or two. And ow. Then everything's gonna look pretty nice. Like it's retro in my quote unquote style, but it's still clear in communication and what's gonna happen. I need to put the date somewhere. I need to do that. I'll just put this at the bottom as like a reminder of that, I guess. I don't know. I'll be broadcasted at the bottom. I need to put that in twitch.tv. So there would be 2 lines of that. I have an idea. I have an idea. Let me just slap this so I don't forget. What do we say it was? September 26, 2025. I'll do like one of the custom fucking, it's in here somewhere. I forget the actual name of it, but that this like middle dot. One of those. I don't remember what they're called. I know what this is called. It's called an ampersand. Very very awesome. What did I say? 9 p.m. EST, I think was the date we said. Same thing here. I'll add some extra spacing. These are kind of like commonly grouped together. Maybe I'll make an exception there. Live at twitch.tv/DISTORTICON. Maybe we can do the at. Yeah. I don't know if that's custom or not, but that's fine. We'll sort those back out when we go into Designer. Ripping textures from the game would be really interesting. What I'm trying to do, I just trying to see if I could get some photos like that. Because there would be, what I could do is, let me turn the background back on. is kind of, you can see my cursor. So it'd be like, I can kind of mold it. So this gradient is over top and kind of is fading into a background of the game, right? But this is glowing so much that that's kind of causing like some bleed over. Could be pretty cool. Or we can kind of reverse it. I don't know. There's a lot we can do here. There's a lot of things I could do to put more emphasis on what's in the center. So I'm not worried about that part, but I'm just trying to think of assets to use that would make this even more Counter-Strike without using the Counter-Strike logo. Basically, that's what I'm saying. Because I think Counter-Strike is just so iconic, you can get away without saying it or directly like spoon feeding people. Like you see cases, you see the terminology case opening. Almost everyone knows what I'm talking about. But it's just like, what else can I do to supply that? Like, so you see like in-game like graphical stuff, and it's like, oh, you see like the knife thing, which I've added a Steam Happy to, and people are like, oh yeah, that's what's going on. Especially at a glance, because if this is going to be a poster, people got to be able to take in the right information without needing to think too hard, basically. Never forget is really funny though. A whole 15 days after. Reminds me of that tragedy. Down here is going to be a bitch, but low key, I don't mind. So let's get rid of this guy so I can stop fucking looking at it. We'll come back and clean that up in a second. A lot of these have undefined edges because of that drop shadow. So it would really be me adding my own to kind of cover that up, which I don't mind. An inner shadow could probably work wonders on some of this too, but again, the halation and the blur will probably be enough. So probably be slightly blurred in the similar way as the other guy, but not as much. Very nice. That's pretty clean. Doing the brush hardness down? I could. Normally, I think I'm a dumbass and sometimes knock down the opacity instead. So my way of securing that would be to not, I think it's, there's a way I've actually done it before, because when you hover over these and you just do 1 through 9, it turns them up. To like, or if I tap, I didn't know that. If you tap the same, oh no, because it's thinking I'm, okay, that makes sense. I just discovered this in real fucking time because you told me that. So if I press 2, it's starting at 20, and if I tap it again, it does 22. But if I tap it again, it thinks I'm trying to do 222, which it caps out at 100, so then it takes me to 100. I literally just found that out. But I think you could just, okay, yeah, you can press with everything to hover. Maybe that's how I'm doing it on accident. I don't know. Because you change the brush size with brackets. Huh. In that case, I need my opacity at 100, but I need the hardness to come down. Something has happened. Oh, not again.
No paint.net womp.
I don't think I've ever used paint.net in my life. Truly. Maybe when I was a youngin'. You are by far the most cracked person I've ever seen at a program like that. It's crazy the shit you've made over the years in paint.net, dude. I've modded it heavily to make it tolerable. What an awesome sentence. And the best part is you could say that vaguely and it would apply to a lot of things. That's so fucking awesome. What are we looking at here? So we're assembling the poster for the thing. I'm isolating these cases, an image that Toon sent me. We've got a gradient background going, and we've assembled a little guy. You're gonna be a big fan of this. We've assembled a little guy that's gonna sit above the cases. So yeah, we're having a good time here. We've got a lot of it down. So he's very happy that we're about to win we're gonna win a lot of money. So I'm gonna mask these guys out, and he'll be kind of hovering over top, and everything will be kind of glowing. And we're also looking for some last second like CS things that would help tie it in, like a screenshot of like a certain area of the map or a loading screen that we could like overlay with the background. That's what we're looking at. It's a really good song from them. But that's basically it. This is all done from a singular bit from Kohilo. Thank you kindly. Good to see you here. How have you been? How's Down Under be treating you? I think a deep purple could look good as a background, help draw more focus to the center. Yeah, I was thinking of some other things to go behind them. I have an idea, like a starburst effect. I do think you're right about the background contrast. That's why I'm trying to find other things to at least overlay it with. But what would be like? What is the exact opposite color on a color wheel? It's going to be a purple or a blue of some kind. But what exactly? I can't believe I'm sorry, everyone. Plug your ears. But there is one good resource that Adobe provides. Yeah, trigger warning, Adobe. And that is a really good color wheel thing. This is really good. So if we yeah. Yeah, okay. So all I'm doing on my other monitor is I'm gonna take these two colors. Here, let me make like a little like blotch of it, I guess. So I'll do one here and one here. And then we're gonna do one here and one here. So this guy is gonna stay as, I want solid colors. So we'll take, what is the thing of this? This is probably the only Adobe tool I use, I'll be honest with you, that isn't Premiere. Because this is pretty handy. Coolers isn't as good as this, but Coolers is very good for visualizing a palette and mixing things on the fly. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I want to make this a solid color. So now we have that. The center gradient is that. Bring it back over to here. So we've got these two to pull from easily. Let me catch back up on chat real quick. Working my ass off. Down Under is freaking freezing. I feel you, man. It gets so cold. I don't know how cold it gets over there. I don't like what's the temp right now in Celsius, and I'll convert it. Because where I live, the summers get pretty hot, but the winters are pretty fucking cold too. The winters are arguably worse. We get single-digit Fahrenheit here sometimes. It gets pretty rough. But I've got the clothes for it, and then I actually make fucking outfits and wear my cool jackets and shit, and not be in 85, 90 degree Fahrenheit weather and wearing, you know, like a double layered, like satin jacket. So that's where my best outfits are, is nice sweatpants, or just like not dress pants, but like just nice, like, I guess, fucking, what am I, Jesus Christ, I'm drawing a blank. Dude, am I fucking stupid? Oh my god. Like cargo pants or something like that, like those kind of pants, but I fucking hate jeans. I don't wear jeans personally. I think I own maybe one pair, and I couldn't tell you the last time I wore them. I fucking hate jeans. So I'm a sweatpants merchant. But then I can wear like a nice like graphic tee, or just a nice like comfortable like slightly oversized white t-shirt, maybe tuck it into the pants sometimes. Jacket, rings, and then my chains. That's my fit right there. Especially the jacket that's in like my profile picture of my little guy on screen. Love that guy. That one's not too thick. It's a nice material. So it's not, it barely even feels like a jacket. It feels like a sweatshirt, basically, but with nice like buttons on the middle. So I can button up if I want to. It's really nice. Midday is 69, but the morning was 48, and that's freezing. Dude, that's nothing. That's fucking nothing. That's nothing. That is premium sweatshirt weather over here, bro. Drop your ass on a cold front in like Chicago or New York and you fuckers die. Put you guys near like a lakefront, like cold, near a Great Lake, you guys will die. Just straight up. 105 in the summer and negatives in the winter. Jesus Christ. That's like when British people say 80 degrees Fahrenheit is burning hot. Yeah, like you like put you in California, man. Like I get it, it's relative, but like, dude. Okay, so we go split complementary, I think. Okay, so this is the color code opposite for that orange. That's kind of nice. Okay. So ironically, you came in here, an Australian band comes in on in our ears. Ron Watchers can't. Sorry, I'm not gonna finish that line. You know already. So, and then this guy. Oh no, shit! I fucked it up. Split complementary. No, just complementary. Right? Oh, dude, I'm fucking this up. Hold on. I need to refresh the site. I think I permanently fucked it up by accidentally deleting one of the colors. Complementary. Ooh, this is kind of teetering towards my blue. Okay. Okay. It's got like a tiny dash of purple in there. Just a dash. Like, I like that. Okay. Okay. Cool. That blue is really nice. That's a really low key. What if I just use my blue? Hear me out. Hear me out. What is CT blue? You're asking a really good question that I wish I had the answer to. My blue is 225 on HSL. That's not far from it at all. Wow. Okay. CT blue. Let me also get if I remember the color code for my off-white, off-rip, it's FCF60D. Yes. Let me change that to this. Can't believe I didn't think of that. I just made it pure white. Get some of my personalization in there, some of my flair. That blue is really nice. What is CT blue? Let's see if I can pluck that real quick. CS CT side. I'm sure there's like a screenshot here I can pull from. What blue though? Is it like the one when you join a like CS join team? Let's get a screenshot of that. It's showing me all esports shit. Oh, brother. It's just something large enough for me to comfortably pull a color code from. That's the problem. CSCT. Is that enough? Dude. Somebody might need to help me here. Yeah, like the team logo. Like I'm just trying to I can't find a good version of this shit. Australian houses are terrible because they're built for the summer, so they put no insulation to allow for like the most airflow to cool it down. So in winter, it's piss cold. It's weird. It's like colder indoors and outside. That's crazy. Maybe I understand why Van complains sometimes now. Because you guys are all in different parts, I believe, right? So, okay. Shit. My bad. I wasn't familiar with your terrible game. Let's see here. Counter-Strike, it's like CT blue. It's all I'm looking for here. Maybe it's your CT logo. Maybe that would get me on the right track. But there's a bunch of these that show up, and 3 of them are just not blue. And now this 4th one is definitely not their colors. I feel like I'm being misled here. I mean, it could be an interesting accent. Copy image. I just feel like that's too dark. I don't think it was always like this. Did they darken it and make it look edgier for CS2? Did they do that? Was it always that dark? Was it always that? Am I bugging? Was it always this edgy? That picture has more contrast than the one I sent. Oh, that's the wrong software. My mistake. I love color, bro. I love color. Yeah, Van lives in a desert. I was about to say, you guys are all in different time zones too, right? I believe? Or Luna is 2 hours ahead. Question mark. Or you guys are ahead and Luna isn't, which is why I often see Luna online at like 6:30 my time. Like 6:30 p.m. And I'm thinking like, oh, you got to be like either you're up at the crack of dawn or right? Because I've seen her online casually like up and doing shit at like 6:37 my time. And I'm always thinking like Van at the earliest that we could ever have him is like 7 p.m. Because he has his whole fucking skincare and like he needs his coffee and stuff. And is like a zombie without both of those things, which all the power to him. But that's because it's on a bright ass background as opposed to CS more muted colors in the video game. Hold on. So let's fake like a gray, right? Definitely helps. Yeah, definitely helps. There is psychology with that kind of shit. I mean, we can add it to the palette. When you said blue, I was thinking more of like the blue that is in game, like when you type in chat as a CT. You know what I mean? That's what came to mind personally. And that's what I was trying to look for instead of just like CT logo. I mean, we could also pull from the blue from their current logo. And I think that's where this orange is, question mark? Oh, this is a different orange. So what this orange I pulled from the logo. But they use Counter-Strike logo. This guy. This orange is neither of these. So why is this in the CS2 logo I added when this is oh my god. This is why you have consistent branding, folks, because what the fuck is going on here? This is pulled from the glow of the cases. So that's not, but like what's going on here? Like, why are you using 2 different ones? Stand on business here. Come on. 10 toes down on what you believe in. What an awesome version you found me. What a great screenshot this. What a great screenshot this is. I can pull from that, maybe. Okay. We're getting quite the palette here, I must say. It just now hit me, like, this Stroke song is playing. This is, like, one of their best songs. Hold on, wait. Chief. Chief. All right, well, I guess we can kind of find an average of, like, right there. That's not bad. I mean, do I pivot to this orange then? But the contrast created by this guy. I mean, we're changing the background color anyway. What the fuck am I talking about? Jesus. Well, admittedly, let me grab all of these and then shrink it down so there's less space being taken up. Okay. So we can try. We'll save a backup. We can start with the darker one on the outside. Already adding a lot. And then the center, we could do the muted one. Like this guy. It would help it pop more when everything's in place. We've been in a bit of a work in progress because we're jumping between things. But something like this, then we could just kind of pivot everything to that. I do think that pops more. And it kind of looks like a blueprint. Kind of, yeah. But I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I don't think that's a bad aesthetic to shoot for. If anything, it kind of makes me want to double down on it. With like some paper, like larger paper texturing, like it was just unrolled. Ooh. 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 I just got beamed with a vision of that. I love the look and sound of that. I just don't know if I would have a texture of that. Like I've got plenty of paper, like crumbled paper textures. And like when it's folded like twice, like vertically and horizontally. I don't know if I have one of it being like unrolled, like a scroll. I don't know if I got that. That might be a niche thing I've never tried doing before on a poster. I don't know. Let's think though. Jarvis. You've got my Frenchman in my ears. Thank you kindly, Jarvis. Can we get an exclamation point French in chat? Who wants to be the first person to do it? Who's paying the most attention? Who has this open? Who's going to be the first to type that? Ah, it's Tunes. Well claimed. Welcome home, sir. I've prepared your vinyl rotation of Discovery by Daft Punk, Hyperdrama by Justice, Gamma by Gesaffelstein, and Reborn by Kavinsky. Only the finest of French music can be played at your abode. Pouring the wine now. This is really just kind of my spin on that. I love the sound of a blueprint. What other like cool case things could I take? Maybe this can come in a little bit more. So it's, yeah, I know I stretched it. That's right. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. Let me bring this in a little more. I do like that. And we can double down what I was, okay, I need to get this shit off screen. Sorry. I group this. Get these out of here because I don't need them anymore. So what I was thinking was like, to kind of really double down on the whole starburst look thing. We're almost done in here. Let me finish erasing these and then I'll explain more. There's a couple different ways that we can visually make it look a little more appetizing and draw more emphasis, because now we've got good color contrast, which automatically helps a ton. But so this guy back here kind of gets fucked up by the focal blur. I could erase it so it's just these three in the front. I may do that. Not yet. Let me get them cut out first, and then they can easily just snip them off. Jarvis, turn this shit up. One of their best songs. I say about 25 of their songs. One of my favorites, at least. Found out a few months ago there's a group of people that think this song is cringe, and to that I say, I actually can't say what I want to say. I'm gonna stop myself there. Look, my second most viewed Twitch clip is me saying that. I would hate to have another. I forget that Twitch actually, like, if I was a larger streamer and I let that rip, Twitch would not like that. They would not like that one bit. We'll just go along here, clean this up a little bit. Bow, bow, bow. Oh, what a beautiful song. Holy shit, Batman. Oh. Oh my god, is that who I think it is? Turn down the music for that occasion. How the hell are you doing, man? I don't know, are we on a first name basis, even though that's what you go by everywhere? I'm so sorry, you're about to almost immediately get hit with an ad break, maybe. Twitch sucks and I can't really control that. So. Oh, so whoever snoozed that, thank you. Whoever just prevented the ad break, you're goated. Thank you. Thank you. Holy shit, thank you. All right. We're making... I did a power wash stream earlier and then my internet shit itself. And then I came back and I agreed to do a design part of that. That was going to be a part of that same stream. So I'm back and we're making a poster for something I was peer pressured into doing. And was just watching a bit of a CS stream. Ironic. Well, you see the date at the bottom. I don't think it would change. But we would that I'm gonna play like 3 matches of competitive CSGO with a bunch of friends, and every death will rack up a case I have to open. And that's happening in a month and change. So I'm making a poster for it. I've only been working on it for like an hour. But we've got a baseline to start with here. We've had some people clutch up and get some nice a big help. So oh shit, I fucked that up. So we've got to assemble all the elements we've got so far. Get some last this part doesn't need to be perfect because it's just gonna be like glowed the shit out of anyway. I think that's all of it. Except like right there, maybe. Like that helps. Cool. So we've got this. We need to get the Steam Happy back in. So question is smaller cases. Oh, that's the wrong one. Forgot what it looked like. So this is what we were, what we've been. Okay, case is larger. So it creates kind of a sandwich with the text. Case is larger, but this guy higher up. Maybe. Maybe. Something like this. Something like that, maybe. We'll worry about it. But we're getting warmer, at least. We're getting there. We're getting there. The composition's there. I just got to play with it a little bit more. The problem with gambling is now I want to open cases. I'm so sorry. Were you watching like an esport thing for CS, or were you just watching somebody else play it? Or were you watching somebody gamble? The guidelines gave me the idea to maybe add some very low opacity grid lines to make it look blueprinty. I sent an image. I thought it could look cool. Hold on, let's peep it. Ooh. Okay. 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 That's a good suggestion. Dare I say a great one. Okay. Okay. I could quickly whip something up. I may have like a grid texture already that I could just pop in. Or what's the word? Topography? I think is what it's called. I'd have to dig for that. Hold on. We're gonna get some niche finds here. What folder would that be in? What would that be under? What foundry did I... give me a second here. Stay with me and enjoy the tunes. Yeah, because I've got plenty of paper stuff. I don't have anything... I mean, we can imply it was folded instead of rolled, right? We can just kind of rock with something like this, along with like a grid thing. So it was folded one way. Or we could do... This one might be a little better, because it's got a couple different folds in it. This one actually is quite good. That may be the one, actually. We'll layer that with a grid. So it's like, it's a physical printed copy. And it makes it feel more handmade, because like this would be posted in places to let people know there's an event going on. And while the event's digital, making it feel more handmade would kind of make it more personal. You catch my drift? You catch the psychology behind this? This is why you think of this shit, especially to my non-designers here. You got to think about that shit. While this may be a Twitch live stream that happens, it's we gotta let the people feel welcomed when that night arrives. And what better way to do it than a really handmade feeling digital poster? Let's see what else I can find here. I was trying to find the I don't remember where that's from, and I don't think searching the word would do it. That's the problem. I found an old... Okay, we may go on a little bit of a trip here. I don't know what this is about to open. Interesting. Well, it is topography. And it is vector based. Maybe a little more sporadic than I would have liked. But this one's not bad at all. Low key. It's not what I was looking for, but it might be better off. Oh, it's going to be... Please tell me these are separated. Oh, Christ. Okay. Get the background out of here. Okay, we're saved. Sweet. Oh yeah, I was in the other thing. That's right. Okay. Well, I think I'm a little disorganized. I know there's shit going on in chat. Give me a second here. Actually, this would be fucking beautiful. Let's get back into Designer, and then let me catch up here. I'm saving up on a good printer to be able to do collage type designs for some projects I'm working on. The real element adds so much. Exactly. You get it. Oh, this could be actually really nice. This could be excellent, actually. Just got to get under the text. Under everything, actually. Just got to get above the background layer. And if my eyes did not deceive me, good evening, Mr. Bomb. Oh, shit. Oh, that's the wrong one. I was about to say, it's like, my heart stopped. Take me back for a second here. Let's get one of these. So we can overlay that. Or we could set it to... That's not bad. Oh, I will need some drop shadow on the rest of the text, but otherwise we're getting there. And then maybe we can double dip on the paper texture. I don't know if I'll put that over everything, but we can, let's think here. Huh. Okay, I'll probably... I mean, it would look better. It doesn't need to be overlaid by everything. We'll come back to that. That's nice, though. I do dig this. I don't like this gap here. I might scale the guy up back here. Holy shit. Hold on. I don't like how much space is missing there. What'll let me? Can I just... Oh, it didn't like that. I heard all of my audio cut out. Oh. Okay, and it didn't scale properly anyway. My heart's holy shit, I need a new graphics card. Wow. Okay. We're not gonna touch that. How about that? How about that? That's wow. That's a first. That's a first. Don't know what else to say to that. Maybe this is better. I like this a lot though. We're getting there, man. Realistically, I think we're like 80% of the way there. I really like this. I got to do similar treatment to this than to the cases. That's the thing. Which was, I don't know if I want to. I'll do a little blurring, just like as like a 0.5, or maybe like a 0.2, and then we can do some more depth of field shit. You're a fucking genius, Landon. How did I not think of that? How did I not think of that? Lens flares, obviously. Dude, I default to doing that shit anyway. How did I not think of that? How did I not think of that? No way, man. Hold on. Let me group all these together. Oh, what the fuck happened there? Why did it flip it? Hello? Am I? Did I? Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Did I lose the fucking... Did it flip this? Hold on. It might have made all of them... Wait, I don't even know which one's the top one. What the hell's going on here, man? That's the top one. Why was it out of the group? Did I just miss it? Jesus. Made my heart stop, man. Don't do that to me. Okay. Oh, no, it's... I don't even know what the fuck just happened, I'll be honest with you. This is the... No. Okay. Whatever. It's fixed. That's what matters. Okay. So the reason I did that was to... Oh, shit. Hold on. Now that these guys are going to be grouped, bring this back in. Good looking out. A couple other areas we can clean up as well, but let's not worry about them quite yet. Oh, yeah. Okay. We're cooking here. We're fucking cooking. So now this is all in one thing. Joint drop shadow. Main reason I did that. I could probably add a little more to the other guys. That'll help. That'll help. Helps unify it a little bit. Same thing with this guy. We'll have a joint drop shadow when we get the cases looking the way we want. This will be the most eye-catching poster ever conceived. You're so right. I haven't even done vibrance adjustments to the gold shit. But, okay. So, fuck, I need to go back to photo already. Shit. Okay. Back to photo. And we don't need this guy open anymore. Might have contributed to the reason my audio cut out earlier when I did that, but we'll ignore that. So I'll make a backup just in case, but we need depth of field. Center that sucker right back on here. So this time I do kind of need it to be more elliptical like the thing implies. So we can kind of make this ring larger. I at least want these like CS GO things on the cases to still be visible and not start getting blurred. So it might come more along down here. That's looking pretty good. And then begins the fun part. So we can increase the radius. We can get, oh, such a good song. Hold on, I gotta turn this shit up. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. Now we're locking in. So small issue there. Should I rasterize first? Did I forget that? That wasn't a problem on the other guy. Why would that be the case? I'm not sure. Hold on. Easy way to bypass this would be to add an outline and see what's sticking out over there. The answer is a couple things. Cool. Good to know. Easy fix. Light work, no reaction. I'm sorry, Steam Happy. I'm sorry they treated you that way. I would never let that happen. Cool. On the pages. All right, now we get this sucker off, and we lock back in. Now we're trimmed to the way we want. So, hopefully that was simply a minor inconvenience. I keep doing field or lens blur. I think field blur is you choose different spots and then it will kind of. I may need to do that on this. I'll be honest, and I have not done that blur in forever, and I forgot exactly how it works in this software instead of Photoshop. Gotta love being forced to learn Photoshop for school, and not allowed to use this. So then I don't remember how to do it in one software, and literally don't know how to do it in another. Very nice. This should be good. Interesting. Did I accidentally like check a thing? It's straight up just cropping it in. It's like doing it wrong. This did not happen on the other guy. Is it because it's so close to the? Because the trim is so close to the edge, and the emblem didn't have that? I'm bugging. If that's the case, that's stupid, and that's not I feel like how that should work. I mean, we can still get a little bit of a blur on it. It looks like that's why it's happening. Which is so strange. Oh well, I suppose. Most important thing is this stays intact. I don't mind if it gets some of the edges. It's kind of the point of it. Main thing is getting the glow on it that we want, which we'll do in a second. This does add a nice, especially the ones in the back. Maybe there should be a little more in this so the Steam Happy is less prominent. I'm not sure. Crank up the vibrance a little bit. A little clarity doesn't hurt. Even though I can go back in and sharpen it the way I want anyway. So what's the highest I can crank this before it starts cutting it off? Like 7. 6.76. That's what we're gonna do, and you're gonna like it. Oh, that's a little bit of nice blur in the back, some nice vibrance, which I can go back in and fine tune that anyway. But it's nice to add it there. Doesn't hurt. Helps unify it. This is I'm looking at I know the music thing in chat covers it down here, but I'm looking at the navigator like preview. I like the way this looks at like a quick glance. I think we're doing a good job. Oh, I gotta turn this up. Sorry. How's this program so far? It feels like I'm watching a Photoshop stream. I assume that's a compliment because you're comparing it to something that is so well regarded. What you're looking at in Affinity. So I've been bouncing between Photo and Designer. Photo is their Photoshop equivalent. Designer is their Illustrator equivalent. And there's another one that I'm meaning to buy when I upgrade soon. I'll get to in a second what I mean by upgrade. Their InDesign alternative is called Publisher, which with some stuff I want to do over the coming months and years, I kind of need something that can organize stuff in like a magazine brochure type way. Because I used InDesign once for school last semester, and or at least my previous spring semester, I believe. And I was the person tasked with doing InDesign shit. And I never did it before, but I fucking loved it. So I want to upgrade. Let me turn the song down for a second so you can hear me better. What you're looking at, what you've been looking at, what everyone's been looking at is Affinity Photo and Affinity Designer. I think like a year and a half, 2 years ago, they launched version 2s of all 3 of their programs, which I don't have. I've yet to upgrade to them. So this is actually not what it looks like if you were to get it today. This is pre whatever year they rolled it out. I think it was maybe early to mid 2023. Which, say what you want about them doing it instead of just continuously updating this, but that's what they did. So to upgrade, which they'll actually give me a discount because I'm an existing customer that bought licenses to both of these. It's like $130, I think. But when I do that, it's including licenses / upgrades to photo and designer, and they throw in version 2 of publisher for me. And a bunch of other freebie shit that like makes it well worth it. So that's kind of where they're at, which they've added good features that to help them catch up even more. There are some things in these that in my brief time with Photoshop and in Illustrator for school that this does not have. But I know version 2 of these does have. That was like one of the first things they added. Like they actually added their own now stay with me here, chat. Don't lose your mind yet. They did add their own generative stuff. It's not necessarily like AI shit. Like technically, let me explain. It's not like Adobe's generative fill shit where it's like a crutch and you can spawn something out of thin air. And I don't remember exactly what they called it either, but it's generative like masking, where you can literally click on something and it will mask it out perfectly. And like cut it, like do everything. And it's pretty good from a lot of the demos I saw of it. So that shit would save me so much time in poster design. Like not needing to cut out a musician from a good photo of them would save me so much time. It's not in this. It's in version 2 of Affinity Photo. So they've got a lot of, they often run good free trial stuff of it. Like that's how I started. They did a 3-month completely free trial of it. They didn't even ask for like payment information. They just like make an account, redeem an activation code or whatever, and then boom, you've got access to all of our software for 3 months, like 3 or 4 months. And then when it's done, we'll cut you off, but we're not going to force you to pay anything. If you want to then buy a license with your own money, you can do that, which I respect the shit out of because we all know how expensive Adobe is and how much they genuinely are starting to blow as a company. So what you're looking at, TLDR, what you're looking at is not like modern, quote unquote, Affinity stuff, but it's still quite good. I've learned everything I know through this and not Photoshop, and I think I've turned out okay. And I'm still young, I'm still learning. So nothing wrong with that. But I do at some point, that's like top 3 orders of business of things to invest on myself creatively. I think number 2 is upgrade to Affinity version 2 suite with the discount that they gave me. Number 1, capture card. Number 2, upgrade to Affinity V2. Number 3, a physical Stream Deck, because while using the one on my phone through the app is nice, it's kind of a bitch to need to unlock my phone to do things and tab over to the whatever. That's my top 3. And instead I'm gonna fucking gamble in late September with money I get from my Twitch payouts because my friends and followers can't seem to get enough of that. So there you go. I know I just dropped a lot on you. I ramble a lot. But I hope if you have any questions, feel free to ask. What I was getting at with the trial thing is if you would want to give it a spin, there's probably always a trial for it for like an extended like couple months that they'll just let you cut loose and get full access to. I'm all for it. Still need to use Adobe with work, so I just haven't bothered looking into it yet. And that's fair. But what I also hate is how some companies are basically so do or die with you need to know Adobe shit. It's even worse when you see them with, like, I know like Photoshop and Illustrator stuff, they're like that sometimes, but what pisses me off more is how they're like it with video editing softwares. DaVinci is just as good and just as powerful if you know what you're doing. and they like will shrug it off because it's not Premiere or whatever. I feel like video editing, you can be more lenient with that. Photo and like and logo design and just design stuff in general, I can understand. But video editing, I feel like you can be a little looser with. And just be like, well, you know, like you've used both and you're currently using Resolve and we know how good Resolve can be. So we're cool with that. Like some companies are just, maybe it's like some deals that they've struck with them. Like my classes talk about Adobe a lot because my school has partnered with them to give all students in arts and design and architecture, like degrees or majors, I should say, full access to Creative Cloud as long as they are enrolled in the as a student in that university. So there's the has landed. So so like that stuff, like that, maybe that's kind of like the gateway because I can export shit in here as a PSD and they can open it. Like I have that option. What's very funny about Adobe is I can open PSDs and .ai files, but Photoshop and Illustrator cannot open anything from Affinity. So ironic that the smaller guy is more compatible than the major one. Makes you think, huh? Found that very like the topography, however you say it, thing that you saw me open to put this in. That was a .ai file and it opened no problem. It asked me how I wanted to preview it, and then it opened it. No problem. So that's why like a lot of mock-up stuff like I can still use. Other way around, Photoshop hated it, which really pissed me off. So if we focus up on the Steam Happy again, I would like to make them a little more vibrant. We can just see where we go from. I kind of like the idea of it being very golden. Like just leave it like that. Like maybe more saturated than it should be. I like the idea of that. We can do the same thing here. We can kind of catch this up. Set this to 100. Oh yeah, maybe a little less. Like 75. So we got to make these guys glow, which easiest way would be to, again, we'll blur this. We'll set it to like 10. We'll set the blend mode to screen. And then we'll do a little more. And then we'll slap a levels on it to control it. Coming back home. And then cut this down. So it's like 50. Boost this a little bit more. Yes. And then remember lens flares too. Can't forget about the lens flares. Very nice. We could probably knock up the blur even more, low key. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. And then we can group everything, get a unified drop shadow on it. Get lens flares. I could paint in maybe some golder spots, or not paint in, like paint in with like a dodge and burn tool, and we're cooking. Lose a bit of contrast. A little bit. We can does that help? I don't know why I'm like do or dying with levels when I can just I could just group them again and then do adjustments from there. I really like the idea of the Steam Happy being like a literal saving grace in this. I just don't know which part. Should it be like, I feel like this should be smaller because it's still eye-catching and the cases can go up larger. But then we just got to make sure we keep room for what's very obviously a Steam Happy. And maybe the cases can kind of be popping out of frame. We get a frame to it. I don't know. Maybe? Because now we're rocking with the margins a little more, which is helping. Oh, it gets cut off right there, but whatever. I just noticed that. I'm glad you guys are getting usage out of those emotes. I forgot I added those. I'm shocked it took this long for people to start like using them on this specific stream. Damn. Look at that thing go. He's dying. Okay. I feel like we're close, man. Let me group them. And then we'll do drop shadow. Ooh. That's quite good as is, honestly. And we can do like an inner glow as well to everything. Let me just crank it up to see how much that would do. It doesn't get in here, but that's kind of okay. It might be better to do them individually and not do that as a group. The shadow can be done as a group. I think we can start there at least. 25 maybe. And then we can go back in with these guys. Yeah, we can do an inner glow. I might need to pull from that palette. Where did I leave it at? Oh, okay. I'll just place it there. the Daft Punk Awooga. And then Nightbot swooping in because I forgot I set it to do that. If somebody sends the Daft Punk helmet, it says that. That's fucking awesome. I forgot I did that. Kind of peak, man. Fuck, I miss Daft Punk, man. Life was better when those French fucks were making beat boops. You know what I'm saying? The world got objectively worse when they left us. Maybe they knew how bad things were gonna get. Oh, there's like a blip there that it's missing. Otherwise, everything else looks good. I don't know why it's doing that. Where did that come from? Is it because of the... It's because of the blur. Just don't put it on the group. Put it on the original. I may be stupid. Is it the shadow? No, okay, that's just been there the whole time, it seems. Maybe it actually has been there the whole... Maybe I'm actually really bad at what I do. Am I stupid? Where did that come from? Or is that... Oh my god, that's not real because of the fucking logo. Maybe I shouldn't have grouped the logo with it. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm fucking tired, man. You can't tell me from a distance that's what that looks like, though, because it's like a perfect... It's like almost a perfect line down... Whatever. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. So I wasn't hallucinating. Got it. Not today, at least. Not tonight. Okay, cases. We can do a shadow, but we're mainly focusing on a glow. So intensity down. Oh, it's outer. I guess we can do an outer one too, but here we go. Now we're cooking with gasoline. So that helps with kind of realism and depth a little bit. We can probably do inner is lighter, like this lighter one. Really, we could probably knock this up entirely because if it was more realistic, it would be brighter, but you know. And the outer glow can be more like an orangish. Because again, I feel like that's what it would be. But the contrast there is pretty rough. We can 66, like 20. Maybe we should rock with the drop shadow and just look. we need to get lens flares back in here. That's also very important. This is also, yeah, let's say I'm missing the fucking glow that I added. That would probably help in my adjustments. In that case, that helps darken that a little bit. And the inner shadow, not quite having the effect I thought it would. If we crank up the intensity, we can see more what it would do. I don't mind it. We can rock with it. But actually, no, that helps a lot with contrast, actually. This makes us look even more like a fucking casino. And the inner glow can probably go back to being this original color. Again, it's all about shine here, I suppose. So that's on everything. And this guy's got a glow on the outside that we were working on, I think. So again, the intensity's up a lot, so it's going to make it look funky. Don't love what that does back there, low-key. Even with a good color, it's too much. Yeah, even we knock down the intensity and all that, at that point, it's not really having that much of an effect. I mean, yeah, just leave it. Okay. Well, we're starting to get a nice appetizing glow on it, which is nice. The emblem, I think, is also fine the way it is. I don't know. I quite like the way this looks. Truthfully, it's so weird a song. Every time this song comes on, the intro just jars the shit out of me, even though I love this song. Give me like a really we got VODS joint, and then we go to the P-Papa one. That's a good call. I feel like we can really double down even more. Let me go back to designer, because I don't think I'll be messing with it anymore after this. Hopefully. We can, so the trick is you take the cog, and it's gonna take a second to load. Give it a second. So we'll add some more teeth. 16 could be quite good. So we'll bring the center down, and we'll also bring the radius down. And what you'll start to notice is that it's basically a starburst. So we can set this to whatever color we want, which I think I'll pull from this blue that we use in the center, just to kind of double down. And we'll scale it up, and then we'll slide it under. Simple as that. And then we can blend mode it. We can blur it. Let's get the other stuff out of here. We could probably, if we did the idea I was talking about earlier, we could honestly just knocking down the opacity. No, what I'm forgetting to do, transparency tool. That's what I was thinking of. Give me a second here. That's the last step of this I was forgetting. I was like, what am I missing here? Transparency tool is what I was thinking of. So it's this guy. So just draw in any direction, because then we can change it to be a cylinder. Or, sorry, a radial. My mistake. So then you could see, let me deselect it. Makes it a little less jarring. So we can also, I believe, with this tool, because it's basically what it's doing is it's taking a gradient, but instead of making it from a color to another color, you just fucking it does it with transparency. So it goes from 100 to 0, and you can customize it the same way you customize a gradient. So maybe I want it to be stronger in the center, but it's still fading out, and I can make another kind of puck up there. So I can like hard set it off. So like at 75% position, it's 0, it's gone. And you can see how it fades along the edges. But then maybe I can afford to move this back a little bit then. Right? You kind of see, and all it's really trying to do is put more emphasis on the center without bleeding over the edges and making it look too confusing. So I'm going to mess with it even more. We'll bring it in. So let's say like, we can do 60, honestly. If that even is what it let me type there. So, because the main thing is I'm starting to notice it. I mean, honestly, truthfully, I'm just going to crop it. And by my way of doing that would be, actually, let's bring it up so it's centered more on the emblem rather than dead center. And I quite like that. I think that helps quite a bit. And we can mess with the color. We can make it, maybe instead of the blue, we can make it the off-white. My off-white. Like right here. You do like that. And that definitely makes it pop more. Which we can knock down the opacity or a blend mode to kind of tolerate. Like, there you go. I think that definitely helps. So that's how you do that. I want to spend an hour finding out what it's called and how to do it. Like this starburst thing, yeah. At least for me, like whatever shape tool you got, just make it, just customize it out of. You could probably do something similar with a star, and just change the amount of points on it. And then again, same thing, transparency tool. At least for like whatever the equivalent is and whatever you use and you're trying to do it in. The more I look at it, the more it's definitely too bright, which 25% can help with that, maybe. I do see the vision. Maybe we could blur it a little bit. Wait, yeah. Oh my god. Radio blur it too. I gotta go back in to photo. Radio blur. Not radio. Maybe a radio blur wouldn't. It'd be listen. It'd be kind of strange, but it put less emphasis on it. Hear me out. That already loses all of its touch. I mean, counterpoint. This looks like I'm blurring it now. That's pretend I didn't do that. So what I meant to say was what we did before, which was depth of field, and we can start to blur it before a certain point, but keep a point where it's completely visible. So we can go like along the crest, maybe. And then bring this in a little. I don't like how it does all of that. I don't like that, but whatever. And then start to blur it. Ooh, okay. We can do 10. Yeah, 10. Let's do like 12. And vibrance won't do anything. But it definitely helps give the impression of like of having depth and like where your focus is shifting. I definitely like that. This is such a good song. Oh my god. We can kind of follow the rest of the thing too. That greedy grinner. Look at that beautiful bastard, seriously. I quite like that because if we toggle, we see the difference along the edges. Especially along here, we'll zoom in a little bit. It's subtle, but it helps. And we can even raise it a little more to like 15. Definitely helps. Definitely helps. Cool. We'll go back into designer. I think we'll do like lens flares and other final touches and like composition stuff. I know down here, I kind of just now realized this. Kind of out of space a little bit. So that means we could mess with the margins, maybe. Or this stuff in the center's got to get scaled down. Let me group this with that. Let me scale it up a little bit more as well. And cool. Okay. I would need to make space for that, which is probably just grabbing this and scaling it down that way. Okay, that still works really well. I can play with this more after stream. I don't mind if it's a little like I could definitely bring the margins a little bit in, which would help kind of rearrange everything. But oh, I may have to go back to 100 or 125. Actually, trick in here. Grid and axis 125. Why didn't I do that sooner? So this will snap to 125 instead of 150. This will give us a little more breathing room. This is usually the margins and grids that I follow when I make posters. Because when I change this, so 50, you see how fine it gets. 100 is a solid one too. For normally, like I made 125, and 125 is normally the one I do. But you can see there's a 250 one, which lines up perfectly to the dimension I do this in. And 500, you can see that's what 4:5, which is the original ratio of this anyway, because it's 2000 by 2500, which simplifies the 4:5 ratio. This is also like the max like width and height, I believe, of an image that Instagram can take before it crops it, which is what I prioritize these to be. But now, Instagram's Instagram, so it's a banger song. So we'll fit these to fit this, and that can give us a little more space, which is cool, which is awesome. Boom, boom, boom. Just slide them up, or we can get even more specific. Oh, you see how it's blurring? It's because my computer doesn't like that. So we can probably simplify the margins to be half and quarter here. And I can make it feel a little more. And this can, once again, come down. I don't know why I'm pulling down that way when I can just grab all the sides and do this. It's a strong enough of a visual in the middle that it will still work. And then it can just come down. Don't need the grids anymore. I have the new stuff. So that definitely gives us room, which is very important. And again, I'll probably mess with the scaling of all of this more when we're ready to rock. Shit, I might post this tomorrow. I don't know how long I should wait on this. Oh, the paper texture. Shit, I knew I was forgetting something. I'll be a good one for this. That's cool. It loses a little bit of color, but we can knock down the opacity of it or just levels adjustment stuff back up underneath. God, some of these flashbang me, I forgot. Multiply might be the... Ooh, wait, never mind. Divide? It has a lot of shit to it, which I could probably also bring that down. Okay. Oh, they got him. Multiply with levels could probably help. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Maybe a slight like vignette too. I forget if I could just do that on a normal. I could do that in photo real quick. Very, very subtle. Just to, again, continue to pull attention to the center. Very subtle. Shout out to Automod that just sniped a message. That's fucking awesome. I saw that in the corner of my eye. That, folks, is why you add blocked terms to your Twitch chat. That's a good song. It's such a pretty song. Turn this up. Boom. Yes, I can just sit it on top. So we'll knock down the exposure to -1. Let me get the shape I want. So hardness can come down. 66 is fine. Oh, we're fucking cooking. Okay. So we'll bring in the shape. Let's just think of like how 75 is quite nice. 75, and then we can do like a 150. But the exposures need to be that low. You can do like that. Yeah, just pulls it in just a little bit. That's nice. I'm fucking cooking tonight, man. One last thing before I forget, and then I'll probably mess with this a little more off stream, is the, what's it called? Some lens flares. Don't think I forgot about those. Ooh, wow, dude. Damn. Damn. Okay. Mess with a little more drop shadow to this guy, or I could make it. I might make this bold. That would help. That would help a little bit. Damn. Let's do 10. 10, widen that out a little bit. So, a little more drop shadow to it. Like 20. Oh, that's a lot. Let's do like half that. Just so it. That helps. That helps so much. And same thing down here, which I need to kern and reorganize this guy a little bit more down here. Actually, I know what I want to do down here. I just might do it after stream. Shit. It's going to do this every time because of the texturing. It's going to think I'm trying to mess with the texturing instead of adjust the text. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to do it now. Sorry, I know I said I was going to do lens flare shit. Just give me a second here. Or maybe, sorry, I'm being indecisive. I do like that. That's nice. Every death equals 1 case opened. Okay. I'm going to scale the cog back up a little bit. And change the depth of field a little more. So what I was going to do with the text down here, what I was kind of getting at, let me go back into designer just to show you it easier. Was to, now that we've got these margins, we can, oh shit, that's the wrong text tool. Hold on, my bad. This guy. We set up a frame of it, I believe is, give me a good song. I believe it's called frame. Yeah, frame text. Yes, very good. So we're going to paint this basically all the way across to the other margins. So this is going to hug it the same way this is up top. It's going to cover the same amount of space. So we're going to type the same things in here. Let's get it back on the font that we want, which will be maybe the bold version of this. We'll September, double, 2025. We'll get the color back in, which I believe is, yep, already in the toolbar. So we'll get a space on that glyph browser. Get the, I don't remember the name of it. One of those. Boom. 9 p.m. EST. And then we're going to go in another line. And we're going to do live. Twitch.tv/DISTORTICON. And you're probably thinking is, wow, that's not organized at all. What the hell's up with that, man? And to that I say, you're impatient and let me finish. So we're gonna get rid of that at the bottom. And now it's slipped under the texturing, so it's gonna be high and mighty. You can see how much my computer is struggling. Just we're almost done. So we're going to justify all, and then we're going to bring it up to the size we had up here on the first one, which is 19.7, and then we're going to go from here. So you can see down here it's a little dicey, but it starts to spread it out a little better. And same thing there. We'll probably want this aligned to the bottom so it fits with the rest of the margins. We can do justify center a little bit and see how that'll treat us. The problem with Twitch connected like this, maybe I should write just like live on my Twitch channel, question mark. Regular is a little easier to read. I think we would want to go back to that. Bring the line height back in. 14 flat, let's do that. Honestly, that looks solid as is. I think maybe what I mean to do is when I do that, so it stretches this. I think that's what yeah. So I can like bring it to here and then do that. That's a little better. Maybe instead of the @ symbol, we do we do the word @. Or we do over @. What do we think? This could use a little extra drop shadow on its own outside of the group as well. Like 10. 12 as well. We'll do 12. I quite like that. That's also not current. I just typed that. I just realized this. I just hate for it to not be that readable at a certain height. Ooh, you can see it struggling, baby. And I still want to do lens flares. Oh. Bring this guy, wrong one, this guy up. (9 p.m. EST, live at boom, boom. Add another one there, because why the hell not? Boom, boom, boom. Slash could use a little more on that end. Oh, you can see a struggle. And that looks decent enough to me. I can always come back to it, and I probably will anyway. Maybe the paper... I don't know, should the paper and the vignette are on the very, very top of everything, which I kind of like how it adds this split to the text. It looks really nice. I may scale it up so it covers that a little more, like, obviously. Like it splits the equal sign. Ooh, it splits the equal sign almost. Okay. 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 Maybe rotate it a smidge. Just a wee bit. Okay. I like that. I really mess with that, man. And we've got this subtle vignette at top that just helps kind of, again, pulls a little bit more in the center. Okay. I think we slap some lens flares on this and we call it. I don't know about you. I do have a lens flare pack on here. That would be under the shit, where is that at? it's, oh, my goat, Studio AAA. That's right. Be under the Essentials kit and then Lens Flare kit. There she be. Okay. So if I was a shiny, this guy would be a good place to start. We can recolor them as well. Okay, I'm going to turn off the texturing for now, just so it runs a little better. Just marginally better. Okay. So we could probably blur these too if we really wanted to. We do one on like the lock right here would be a cool spot for one. If it would update and me scaling it. Oh, it's not liking this, man. Holy shit. Okay. Wow, this really not liking this. We could probably do one like here. One on that lock, one on like that corner. Maybe? Rotate it a little bit so it's more obvious. Yes. Yes. Okay. I'll recolor them in a second and like continue messing with the scale. It's gotta be a little more prominent than that. There we go. Let's get one that's also kind of like 4-pointed like that, maybe. Or maybe for Mr. Steam Happy up here. Get one of these. Maybe. Scale it down a tiny bit. Ooh, okay. Okay, we'll recolor in like blend mode in a second. And we need another one like off here. Make sure I'm not missing anything here. The cases should have the other, yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we'll do like a more compact, like this guy in the other corner. I can make this a little larger if we really wanted to. I just don't know what's like. We could blur this one, put it over here, recolor it, blur it. Maybe it should be like an 8-pointed low-key. That might be better. Like this guy here. Like this. God damn, it is struggling. Man, I hope I win big on these so I can get a new GPU. There we go. This is what I was looking for. Recolor it. We'll blend mode it so it's a little more natural looking. Like right there. Ooh. 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 Maybe like a super small one right there. Like a really small one. Like this guy. It's very... God, flashbang. Jesus Christ. Like right there. Yes. Yes, dude. Okay. Maybe just a little more screen time. Just a little bit more. A little bit more. Maybe we get one more in the back of the front center here. Hold on. Just hear me out here. Maybe this guy actually should go up here. Like right there. That may be better. That may make more sense, dare I say. Right there. I don't like the current bright spot. Ooh. Whew, that's tough. That's fucking tough. Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away here, aren't I? I've never felt better. Again, rotate it a little bit, give it a little edge. We'll put it like right there, maybe. And maybe we sneak in one more back here and blur it. How about that? I know I'm done after this lens flare. We'll group them together. We'll recolor them, blend mode them together. And we call it. Let's do like this guy. I don't know, just like here maybe. Just like right there. Okay. So we'll get the 6 of these together. We'll get it under the texturing. We'll get it just above our group. We'll do a mass recoloring to specifically either the off-white or just something really lightly yellow. Maybe this guy. 50, 75, 60. Very to the point color code there. 50, 75, 60. And then I lost them already. Where are they? Right here. So screen blend mode and then recolor 50, 75. In this case, because it's 60, I think it actually might pull down. Yes. Dude, look at this. That's all it took, right? And we can see they stick out a little less, especially if you look at these two, the whites of them. They get pulled down, but they still add something. Man, that's nice. Man, that's nice. And if we really wanted to, we could duplicate it. So they're a little brighter. And we can do the same thing again. We can actually keep this guy at normal. And we can do the trick I was just showing before. We can blur it. And then we can knock down the opacity of those to like 50 so it's not taking too much away. But again, it adds a nice fucking glow to it. Man. Maybe a little levels wouldn't hurt. Like 80. 75. There you go, man. There you fucking go. That looks pretty enticing to me. I don't know about you. Maybe the one in this guy can be a little larger because it's more front and center. That's maybe what I'm thinking. We'll pull it out to like 420, 430. And they gotta do the same thing in this guy. Yes, dude. Okay. And then, look, I'm not going to export it on stream because I think my computer may actually explode. But this back in, this back in. Wow. That vignette is such a small detail, but it adds just a little bit, man. I think we cooked here, especially in only like 2 hours, all on the fly, no preparation, no ideas going into it. I think we did fucking excellent. Really fun. Like, you just got here, Michael. This is what we've done this entire design stream. In about 2.5 hours. We did this from scratch. Whew. All right, man. That looks really nice. Yeah, I know, the awooga, man. Dude. Fuck. Yes. All right. You picked my mom's birthday for the stream. Well, remind me on the day of to say happy birthday. Put me on the phone. / half joke. I mean, if you want me to, I will. You just have to explain it's Blue Man from the internet, and I would do it. I would. I fucking would. Wow, man. I'm looking at this fucking thing, and it's just like, holy fucking shit. In 2 hours, man. What a productive day. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. People is gonna love this. Wow. All right. Shit. Zion's been going fucking excellent, man. Really, I think we all quite like the way this has turned out. If you, how much longer are you gonna be up? If it's not gonna be too long, like it wouldn't take too long to tell me. I'm down after stream real quick. It is 2:30 in the morning for me, and I would like to go to bed. No pressure. But real quickly, I would like to show. I will close this. It is saved, so we're fine. If we go back to my, so this is when I thought of design stream today. Didn't anticipate making that, but I'm glad I did because we cooked our asses off. But I wanted to finish. The idea was I would power wash for 70-80% of the stream, and then for like 30 minutes, originally, I wanted to work on this guy. I ditched it after the typography, so ignore like the imagery for now. But wanted to make something off of this Frank Ocean song and kind of highlight this lyric. Really like this typography bit. Couldn't really nail any of the other imagery, and the idea was I would finish this on stream. This is what I originally wanted to work on today. And instead we made a fucking Steam Happy CS:GO case opening flyer for a stream that's not happening for another like month and a half. Gotta love it, man. You gotta fucking love it, man.